Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss BCA first year effective communication paper. So this is your paper. It looks like this and the time is 3 hours and the maximum marks are 70 marks paper and you have to answer all the questions from part A and answer any 5 questions from part B. So part A contains 20 marks and each question carries 2 marks. So these are the questions. 10 questions will be given. And the first question is what is communication? B. What are homonyms? Give 2 examples. What is the difference between listening and hearing? Discuss the importance of reading. What are the 3 styles of communication? What is emotional quotient? Choose the correct verb form and H correct the following sentences and I write one word substitutes for the following words and J is read the passage given below and answer the questions that follow. A short passage will be given for comprehension. So this is your model of part A. Let us look at the answers. What is communication? So communication is a process that involves sending and receiving messages through the verbal and non-verbal methods. Communication is a two-way means of communicating information in the form of thoughts, opinions, and ideas between two or more individuals with the purpose of building an understanding. So this is a general statement regarding communication, students. You can write in your own way. Whatever way you want to express communication, you can express. Second, what are homonyms? Give 2 examples. Homonyms are the words with same pronunciations but different spellings and meaning. So if you look at this 2 and 2 and 2, 3 different spellings and dear different spellings but the pronunciation is same. What is the difference between hearing and listening? Sound waves carry spoken words to our ears. So hearing is the process of perceiving sound and it happens without any conscious effort. That means only sound is identified. Whereas listening is paying attention to a message in order to hear it, understand it, and respond to it. Several things must happen in order for us to listening effectively. Hence, hearing is involuntary action and listening is voluntary action. Okay, there is conscious effort when we are trying to listen to something, but when we hear it, without our knowledge, it happens. The sound enters into our ears, but we don't bother much about that sound. Fourth question, discuss the importance of reading. Reading develops language skills and vocabulary. Reading books is also a way to relax and reduce stress. It is important to read a good book at least for a few minutes each day to stretch the brain muscles for healthy functioning. And moreover, language skills will be developed and reading also develops writing skills, students. So there is a lot of importance reading. You can expand this answer based upon your reading. Fifth question, what are the 3 styles of communication? So this is only 2 marks question. They want you to mention the 3 styles of communication, but I have expanded a little bit. There is no, it's not a problem. So first one is passive communication is a style in which individuals have developed a pattern of avoiding expressing their opinions or feelings, protecting their rights and identifying and meeting their needs. So they remain silent most of the time. Second, aggressive communication is a style in which individuals express their feelings and opinions and advocate for their needs in a way that violates the rights of others. They are a little bit aggressive and uncontrollable. Then the third one is passive aggressive communication. This is a style in which individuals appear passive on the surface but are actually acting out anger in a subtle, indirect, or behind the scenes way. So they are not direct. They are indirect but very aggressive. Fourth one is assertive communication is a style in which individuals clearly state their opinions and feelings and firmly advocate for their rights and needs without violating the rights of others. So this is mostly accepted type of style of communication, students, assertive communication in the society. Sixth question, what is emotional quotient? Emotional intelligence or emotional quotient or EQ is the ability to understand, use and manage your own emotions in positive ways to relieve stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. So, empathize means stepping into others' shoes. When you try to understand others, this emotional quotient is more. And diffuse conflict. There are some people who very beautifully resolve conflicts without resorting to aggressive communication. They resolve conflicts. So that is called as emotional quotient. So if your emotional quotient is more, then these are the uses. Then the seventh question. Yeah, G. Choose the correct verb form. Where dash the scissors. Those scissors is singular, but we take it as plural. Where are the scissors? Muhammad and his brothers dash working. So answer is are working. When and is combining two persons, then it is plural are. Correct the following sentences. He returned back the book. The correct answer is he returned the book. Returned itself is giving something back. So no need of using back. It becomes redundancy. So in your unit redundancy, you will come across all the examples, students. She was given a free gift. So gift itself is free. So there is no need of free. She was given a gift. Write one word substitutes for the following words. That cannot be finished. What is one word for this? It can be unfinished or incomplete or undeveloped or unfulfilled. Any word you can use. One who gets pleasure in hurting people. We have to be very careful with such people. What do you call them? They are called as sadist. So saddest people, we have to be very careful. Next question, read the passage given below and answer the question. A short reading passage will be given followed by question. So this is the passage, student. For instance, a whole new plant can be grown from just a single leaf. No animal can accomplish that. The way that plants distribute their seeds is amazing too. Plants can shoot seeds from their pods, sending them flying on the wind, or grow spines that attach seeds to animals' fur, spreading new generations everywhere. Plants are also amazingly adaptable, finding ways to grow even in impossible environments, both hot and cold. Plants manufacture their own food from sunlight, absorb nutrients from the ground, and fool insects into spreading their pollen. Truly, they are some of the nature's finest creations. So, as you read each and every word, you should be able to comprehend. The questions, plants are dash because they can grow in any environment. Adaptable, easy, predictable, and despicable. So you all know the answer. It is adaptable. A single leaf can fly on the wind, spread pollen, grow into a whole new plant, or explode. According to the passage, it is grow into a new whole new plant. Okay, moving on to part B, students. There are 5 questions you are supposed to answer, and then each question carries 10 marks. So, on the whole, it is 50 marks. So, uh, these are the questions. 10 questions are given like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 2AB, 3AB, 4AB, 5AB are given. So, you can answer any question. So there is no internal choice. So if you select second question, you have to answer both the questions A and B. Discuss the features of human communication in detail with examples. Discuss oral and written communication. What is the role and importance of communication? Importance of verbal and non-verbal communication. Discuss Johari window model and Knapp's model and persuasion techniques and teamwork. Let us look at the answers. 2A. Describe the features of human communication in detail along with examples. So communication is a two-way process which involves transferring of information or messages from one person or a group to another. These are the essential features. There should be a source and then a message should be created. Then a channel should be there. Channel means the medium of speaking, whether you are speaking directly or through a telephone or through a radio or through a television or through a satellite, whatever it is, that is channel, students. And the other side, the receiver will be there, whether if he responds, that is in the form of a feedback. Then the environment in which you are talking, the context, and if there are any interferences. So these are some of the features. You can expand them into essays. 2B. Discuss oral and written communication with examples. Oral communication is the type of communication that takes place through speaking, such as conversations, speeches, and meetings. These are the examples of oral communication. Written communication is the type of communication that uses the written word, such as emails and letters. So 3A. What is the role and importance of communication? By delivering messages clearly, underline this word clearly, there is no room for misunderstanding or alteration of messages, which decreases the potential for conflict. So there is no proper understanding. So many misunderstandings will arise and the conflict will be there. In situations where conflict does arise, effective communication is a key factor to ensure that the situation is resolved in a respectful manner. Students, this is a very important question because your course name itself is effective communication. So it's a sure short question. Definitely it will be there in the examination. In our daily life, communication helps us build relationships by allowing us to share our experiences and needs and help us connect to others. It's the essence of life, allowing us to express feelings, pass on information, and share thoughts. We all need to communicate. So you can expand the answer. 3B. Discuss the importance of verbal and non-verbal communication with examples. Verbal communication is using speech or spoken words to exchange information, emotions, and thoughts. That is verbal. Means you use words, you talk. Conversely, nonverbal communication is conveying and exchanging messages without the use of spoken words. So actions and gestures will be there. So nonverbal cues can convey our feelings, attitudes, and actions to other people more effectively than speaking sometimes. Research has shown that about 80% of how we converse involves nonverbal communication, while only 20% involves verbal communication. This is a strange factor. We think we are talking a lot and uh, communicating and passing on the information, but our body language or facial expression, our hands movement convey a lot, it seems. So these are the examples of non-verbal communication. Facial expressions, gestures, body language, hand movements, finger movements, etc. 4A. Discuss the model Johari window. This is a sure short question, students. All of you must be ready with your essay on Johari window. The Johari window model is a communication model that describes how individuals perceive themselves and others perceive them. The model is divided into four quadrants, each representing different levels of self-awareness and knowledge about oneself and others. So this is the model, students. You have to draw. All of you should draw this diagram in your answers. Okay, the four quadrants you have to draw. The open area, the um, all these areas you have to, the unknown area and window. This is facade, means the external window, how you look at the people, and the blind window. So all these windows you have to learn, and I haven't mentioned the people who have invented this model, students. You have to mention. Okay, Joseph Harry and Luft, I think. As we become more comfortable with those around us, the open area will expand to include more things. The hidden area will shrink as we build better relationships with people, and the blind area will shrink when we are given feedback by others. When people tell us how we are and what kind of personality we have, the blind window will shrink. Otherwise, till then, we will have our own opinions. We are blind to what others are thinking about us. The bigger the open area, the better the communication that is shared. So you become a good communicator when you expand your open area. That is the main thing in this Johari window model, students, regarding communication. And then fourth B is Knapp's model. Knapp's relationship model explains how relationships grow and last, and also how they end. So our relationship can be built or can be broken. This model beautifully explains. This model is categorized into 10 different stages, which come under two interrelating stages, are Knapp's relationship escalation model and Knapp's relationship termination model. This helps to understand how a relationship progresses and deteriorates. Diverse levels of speed and altered time between each step can be seen and experienced when a relationship grows. The steps can be even skipped out while the progression or deterioration of a relationship. That means there can be a skipping. So this is coming together, how a relationship is built, initiating, experimenting, intensifying, integrating, and bonding. Then coming apart, how the relationship is broken. First, the differentiation will be there, circumscribing, then stagnating and avoiding and terminating. So this is escalating and this is descending, coming down. So you must be in a position to explain all these 10 phases in your answer. Discuss persuasion techniques. Persuasion techniques are psychological tools people use to influence others' opinions and actions. As the understanding of social psychology grows, so does knowledge of effective persuasion strategies. What is persuasion actually? Convincing. That is the meaning. And these are the techniques. First one is ethos. Ethos relies on credibility as a method for convincing others. That means people should trust the, the person who is trying to convince others. So that credibility adds to the persuasion technique and people start believing them. Pathos is a mode of persuasion that appeals to the human emotions. Mostly this is avoided, students. It is also considered as negative because human emotions are very, very complex and they are very uh, difficult to expand and to explain. So that's why pathos is not at all suggested. Logos appeals to the logical side of the audience members, and using logos can help establish the ethos in writing and talking also. So this is common sense kind of technique. Then kairos. When applying the mode of persuasion known as kairos, the speaker or writer must take advantage of or create the ideal moment to deliver a message. You should see the right moment to talk. You cannot talk whenever you feel like talking. For example, a government representative trying to convince their constituents to take action around gun laws might reach out to them after a local shooting incident. This example incorporates both kairos or taking advantage of the right moment and pathos or appealing to emotions. So how many of them will understand the pathos or the emotions? If they can connect themselves with the incident, then the pathos will really work, students. So you have to study this 2 or 3 times. And this is also a sure shot question, students. Persuasion techniques. Then discuss teamwork. Teamwork is the collaborative effort of a group to achieve a common goal or to complete a task in an effective and efficient way. Teamwork is seen within the framework of a team, which is a group of interdependent individuals who work together towards a common goal. Means they work in a project and they work for a goal to achieving something. What are the benefits of teamwork? Teamwork enables better problem solving, unlocks potential for innovation, makes for happier employees, enhances personal growth, lowers the risk of burnout, gives opportunities for growth, boosts productivity, and allows for smarter risk taking. So this is about the teamwork. You can expand all these benefits and other things. So sixth A and seventh A will be answered later. What is cliche and what are misplaced modifiers. Now we'll go to the sixth B. Use appropriate articles. This is dash easy question. So the answer is this is an easy question. Please speak a little louder. David is the best student in our class. Fourth, I have never seen the president. Fifth, she is a university student. Sri Lanka is an island. My brother bought a radio. Okay. Then correct the following sentences. She is taking milk daily. The sentence is she takes milk daily is the correct answer because it is in present tense. Means the regular actions are always have to be mentioned in present tense. They are working in our factory since 1990. Since 1990 tells something related to the time. So the sentence should be in present perfect. They have been working in our factory since 1990. The apple is tasting sweet. We should say the apple tastes sweet. They have left for Bombay yesterday. So yesterday is immediate past or past tense we have to use. They left for Bombay yesterday. This book is belonging to him is wrong. This book belongs to him. Just I had finished the lesson should be written as just I have finished the lesson. One should not waste his time. It should be one should not waste one's time. Okay, eighth, A and B are writing answers. Write a letter to your friend informing the safety measures that should be followed during the pandemic COVID-19 and write a paragraph on the importance of exercise in our daily life. You can write on your own. What is cliche? Give three examples. A cliche is an idea or phrase which has been used so much that it is no longer interesting or effective or no longer has much meaning. So when a phrase or an idea is used for so many times and for a longer time, it becomes old and nobody finds interesting in that because some new expressions will be coming. Language is ever evolving. So examples of the cliched phrases are play your cards right. It's an uphill battle. Better safe than sorry. You can't judge a book by its cover. Then what are misplaced modifiers? Give three examples. A misplaced modifier is a word or phrase which creates confusion and ambiguity and is separated from the word it describes. For example, a purple woman's shoes. It should it sounds like the woman is purple, not the shoes. In this case, purple is the misplaced modifier. She wore a bicycle helmet on her head that was too large. What was large is the helmet or the head. So she wore a bicycle helmet that was too large on her head. So helmet was large. Third, my best friend adopted a puppy who loves dogs. So my best friend who loves dogs adopted a puppy. It's not that puppy loves dogs. The best friend loves dogs. So this is the importance of misplaced modifiers. Okay, students, are you getting? Then ninth A. List out any 5 idioms that you are familiar and write its meaning by using them in sentences. And ninth B. List out any 5 often confused words that you are familiar and write its meaning by using them in sentences. And the 10th question will be a reading passage where you have to read the passage carefully and answer the questions that follow. Now let us move on to ninth A question. List out any 5 idioms. Idioms are phrases that have a different figurative meaning than the literal meanings of each word. That means you cannot understand them by just looking at them or by just reading them. They have totally a different meaning. And the examples are a snake in the grass means someone who pretends to be your friend but actually harms you. Example, my neighbor is such a snake in the grass, I don't trust her at all. Second, add fuel to the fire. That means making a bad situation worse. Example, if you keep yelling, it will only add fuel to the fire. That means it will make the situation more worse. 3. Be in a pickle means a difficult situation. He failed his exams and now he is in a pickle. Fourth, bigger fish to fry. That means something more important things to do. I can't deal with this now. I have bigger fish to fry. Means I have some more important things. Fifth one, break the ice. Being less nervous in a social situation. Example, everyone was quiet. So Jim broke the ice with a joke. Ninth B. List out any words often confused and write them in your own sentences. So in English we come across such words, very confusing. First example, allusion versus illusion. An allusion refers to implying or referring to something, especially in literature. For example, the horse mentioned in the text is clearly an allusion to the Trojan horse. So it's an image which represents something. An illusion refers to a misleading image, object, or idea that does not exist as it appears. That means like a dream or it's like some hallucination or imagination. So the magician created the illusion of a disappearing coin. Okay. Second, confusing words are among and between. Among is used when referring to three or more. Among the paintings was an original Picasso. Between is used when referring to two. So between is for two and among is three or more. I'm example for between. I'm stuck in traffic between Alden Road and Pennell Doctor. Okay. Third, effect versus affect. An effect is a result or a consequence, usually a noun. So effect is a noun, or if you remember. Effect may also function as a verb meaning to bring out something. Example, the effect was catastrophic, or he effected the change in the existing system. An affect is to have an impression, influence, or effect on something. That means it is totally emotional, mental, usually, and it is a verb. Example, this greatly affected his mental state that evening. So something affects our emotional state, then we can use the affect as a verb. Next example, fewer versus less. Fewer is used when referring to things that can be counted, that means countable. There were fewer customers than anticipated. Less is used when referring to uncountable and usually abstract nouns. Example, I have less patience than Ted. So it is an uncountable adjective. Fifth one, hanged versus hung. Hanged refers to the past tense and past participle of hang. That means to put to death. Many people were hanged during the Salem witch trials. Hung refers to the past tense and past participle of hang. That means to suspend something. The assembly sessions were hung due to political disturbances. So these were some of the answers I could work out for you students. So it will be helpful for you. And this is the reading passage. Reading passage, all of you have to read fast and then read the questions and again come back to the passage. If time permits, you can read the passage twice. So these are the questions. 5 questions will be there. You have to read the questions and while reading the questions you have to be very careful. For example, what has been the overall effect of the various measures taken to combat food inflation? So you have to talk about overall effects. Select the answer. Like that you have to read the questions very carefully. Look at this question. Which of the following statements is contrary to the facts mentioned in the given passage? What does it mean? The three facts are true, which are given in the passage, but one statement is contrary. So you have to find out this. So read the first statement and go back to the reading passage and see if it is there or not. Unremunerated prices discourage investment if it is there, or to contain food inflation the consumer prices should be lowered. Is this statement there? Market instruments must empower farmers to produce as per yesterday's demand. Is this statement there? The new model of APMC Act was recommended by the center to lower the transaction cost. Is this statement there? So you have to be very careful, and these are the vocabulary. Choose the word which is most similar in meaning to the word virtual as used in the passage. So in what way it is? You see, all look like synonyms, similar meanings for virtual: real, practical, authentic, and actual. So which word suits to the passage you have to find out. Then choose the word which is most similar in meaning to the word simulated as used in the passage. Unexpected, classified, delivered, or imitated. So simulation always refers to imitation. Then two passages will be given, 10th and 11th question. You have to answer them. Okay. 5 questions will be there. Read carefully and answer them. So, any queries are there, please do not hesitate to put them in the comment box. And if this tutorial or this session is interesting or did you find it valuable, please like, share and subscribe. It means a lot. Okay, thank you for watching. Let's meet up in the next video. Bye bye. Take care, all of you. And all the best for your examination.